What's going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium where I react to video game music. As a musician myself, today is the return of Super Robot Wars. This is Super Robot Wars BX or Tizen BX. The song is called Distorted Gospel. He Who Determined the Evolution of Life. Requested by Aiden. Thank you so much. Well, apparently this is on 3DS. And this is from the channel D180223. Bit of a long one, so let's just kick back and see what happens. Distorted Gospel. Go. It definitely has that gospel feel. I hear a beat coming in on the left side. It's all over the place. It's also really compressed. But it's completely unpredictable. It's quite ambitious. It's like the dancing mad of Super Robot Wars. think the organ's been the best part so far, in my opinion. It really ties in that really menacing... That's weird. That beat. Why is that there? It's like... It almost sounds like a mistake that was left in. That's a great riff, though. That's great. That sounds like a Mastodon riff. This is probably the best part of the song. Guitar work is pretty cool. The drums? I don't know. Oh, you can still hear the riff in the background. It's the rhythm. It's the rhythm guitar for the solo. The pacing is so random. It's like no like transition, just choke points. The name is quite fitting. Distorted Gospel. Quite fitting. So we basically heard like 2 loops of it. Okay, I have a lot to say here. So, first thing that came to mind is I've heard a handful of Super Robot Wars now, and I don't think anything sounded anything close to this. It's usually more upbeat, and it's just faster, I guess, basically what I'm saying. I don't remember if I've heard organs before. This one had like a whole menacing tone. It was slow, it had that droniness, the, church choir and organ, very spiritual sounding. But then it kind of went into like what I somewhat know it as when it like picked up and went into like that sort of like speed metal beat. But I'm just gonna be honest, I feel like this is one of those songs you can't really predict this, but based on patterns I've experienced in my life, I'm leaning towards it. So who knows? But what I think it's gonna happen, I think this is gonna be one of those songs where like right now it's just not hitting. But after I come back and listen to it or hear a different version of it, like maybe by the 3rd time, I can see myself kind of liking it. And it's not that I didn't like it. It's just there was a lot of things that were pulling me away from it. So let me tell you the good stuff of it. So the song overall was interesting. It kind of kept you guessing like what's going to happen next. I kind of was hanging around because of the unpredictability of it. See where it was going to go. It was going to like switch time or something like that. And while I did that, it was very jarring. It wasn't like a smooth transition. Not that it ever has to be smooth, but they were just unexpected changes of like it almost felt like a couple different songs being smushed together. But the big thing for me was the quality of the recording. It sounded extremely compressed, like quite a bit. I'll see if there's any information here. This is uploaded 8 years ago. Actually, let me see what it says right here. The theme of Jesu Piru. The true final boss of of this game. The design of the final boss is based off of a clock. If you didn't realize, based off its 3 arms and circular background. It also has some FF7 Genova and SMT vibes going on. I don't know about Genova, but SMT, yeah. What did I say? I said Dancing Mad. This song was recorded 3DS capture card, and it was recorded from an actual 3DS. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So now my question is, does it actually sound like that in-game? I figured it would sound better if it was directly uploaded from a 3DS. Now, this isn't like any shade towards the uploader or anything. It's just, I mean, anyone that has ears can hear the quality was really like, you know, kind of like constrained in this box. So I'd be willing to hear it again, like hopefully like with a better upload, or if one even exists. So let me know about that. Also, like I said, I did mention that it's kind of like the Dancing Mad sort of, and what I mean by that is like the movements, except in that song that was more like a classical like movement 1, 2, 3, 4. This was just like melody section to like melody 2, melody 3, and then loop. But there was just a lot of odd choices that, like I said, it wasn't really like hitting me on this first listen. Everything sounded cool. Like guitar sounded cool, the organ sounded cool. The drums probably sounded good, even though what they were playing was a little confusing. For example, like when it was starting to get heavy, there was like this little break, and you would hear like this electronic drum beat on the left side at like 2% volume, which didn't even sound like it was in the correct time, and then it went away. I don't know what was up with that. And then when it did get heavier, the drums had this weird pattern. I don't even remember how the snare was hit, but it kind of like took the rhythm out of it and was more like a march in a way. The guitar riff was really cool. It had a lot of distorted chords, which I love because the band Mastodon does that a lot, and I love Mastodon. So, and then I found out the second time that I heard it that it's actually the background rhythm guitar behind the guitar solo. So that was really neat. So, like, all the flavorings are there. It was just presented in a odd way, you know. That's just my opinion. Typically, I don't really fault, you know, an upload because of its quality. That's kind of, you know, I'm still listening to through the song at the end of the day, like, just deciphering it. But this one, it was so much in the way that it was distracting me a bit. That's what I mean by that. It was like I had to listen around it, and that bugs me. Anyways, cool song though. Apparently the final boss theme of this game, Distorted Gospel, the title was great. But that's pretty much it. That was a very strange song in the world of Super Robot Wars from what I know it as. If you listen to any of the other videos that I've done, none of them are like this, so it took me by surprise, which is cool. I just think it's going to be an acquired taste. Long story short, TLDR, it's an acquired taste, I think. I'm pretty sure. Because it was groovy and awesome, but a little jarring. Anyways, thank you, Aiden, for that. Thanks to everyone that you see here. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the Auditorium. Take it easy.